try to concentrate on what I'm saying and disregard any any influence drawn from my demeanor or anything. Just concentrate on the message, on what I'm saying, and the truth of it, please. Now, here in the United States, as I've said before, I figured I'd do a video instead of writing, because maybe it takes more effort to read a lot of writing and everything. But anyway, just so yeah, it's all about the iPhone. Okay, I cannot say this without showing my okay, try to say it calmly. Everything in this country seems to be bear with me. The iPhone, I mean, it's shown every single time in the commercials when they have a smartphone. Every single one is the iPhone. Now, despite me saying it calmly, it really bothers me. And I think it really should bother a lot of people. Are they not, in some fashion, to some degree, discriminating against people who may prefer other phones than the iPhone? Why must they show every single phone as an iPhone? I don't mean to hate people who have iPhones, but something strange seems to be going on. This degree of Apple, this following of Apple, and the ads by telecom companies that reserve these adjectives, these praising adjectives, only for the iPhone. Like Verizon and all the others. And Verizon has put out yet another internet ad calling the iPhone beautiful. Okay, the iPhone is whatever, but this is biased. It is completely biased. Why can't they call another phone other than the iPhone beautiful? Or they've called it amazing, epic, incredible, all these, it's hyperbole. An iPhone does not deserve does not deserve to be the primary phone in this country. People only buy it because it's an iPhone, because it's Apple. Is this not true? I think it's glaringly clear that it's true. The Android phones are more futuristic looking. And they adopted a more futuristic, sleeker, more beautiful aesthetic than the iPhone before they came out with the latest generation of iPhone, which they're calling beautiful. Why must every ad show only one device? This is not the way it was 30 years ago. No way. I highly doubt it. People hanging on to the most old-fashioned devices and showing only this one device universally in all the commercials with that big notch, way larger, but it's fine because it's good, because it's Apple's product, because it's that amazing iPhone that they introduced 14 plus years ago. And people still cannot think of any other phone other than that. They don't care, or they're unaware. Maybe they're probably not unaware, since they have other ads and they know there are other phones, but they completely disregard the other phones that are more innovative. This fixation on Apple runs completely counter to a belief in adopting more futuristic devices. Apple's devices, if there's any company, are pretty much the antithesis of the futuristic devices when it comes to different companies. And yet, Apple's products, especially the iPhone, are very expensive. Whereas the Android phones, many of them are more affordable, and yet they are much sleeker, and they are more beautiful than the iPhone. Not that I hate the appearance of the iPhone, right? But does the iPhone, can't you see that it is a little more traditional looking? And what is with this thing, with the commercials, with every little pop-up they show on the internet, every little logo for anything related to smartphones, with the iPhone with that big notch? This isn't the way it was 30 years ago. It wasn't all about one device, being hung up on this one device and lavishing all this almost hyperbolic praise upon it, stunting the public perception of what's actually innovative. And they have even called the iPhone SE that they reintroduced recently, they have lavished this ridiculous praise on it, calling it exciting. Seriously? You at the Futurology Reddit, do you agree with this? Why can no one seem to say to ever say that, Apple is not the most futuristic? Do you not care? Even you at the Futurology Reddit, not care about sleek, truly futuristic devices, being embraced more? Because with this Apple thing, with this iPhone thing, especially where iPhone is the only device, it has a little bit more limited capabilities, less futuristic capabilities, and yet it seems that everyone in this country is hypnotized by it. And everyone converts to it. Well, is it not time? Does no one else, I'm sorry to say, resent this a little bit, at least? This company receiving all this taking precedence for its less innovative products over all these other ones that are more innovative, and having everyone just give this company, have it take precedence over everything with this undeserved reputation, and all this, and the telecom companies reserving these words for only the iPhone. And let's look at that new iMac commercial, of course. Well, I would be remiss not to mention that. The new iMac, right? It has a sizable bezel on the bottom. Most other modern monitors do not have this big bezel on the bottom. In fact, it pretty much looks like the front of a 1980s monitor. And in this new ad, just as an example of this Apple phenomenon, in this new ad, all they do to sell it is to say that it comes in different colors. Nothing more than that. Because everyone universally in this country, when it comes to getting something for themselves, will opt for Apple's products. It seems that everyone has an iMac. This is something I observed from the commercials. And all they need to do is say that it comes in different colors. Because it's not about innovation. It is only about converting to Apple. And Apple could uninnovate everything, and people would still go along with it, now wouldn't they? And still get Apple's products just because they're Apple. And the ads would still say, wow, here's, and this, look at this iMac commercial. It is simply a complete rehash, as a matter of fact, of an ad they had for the iMac in 1998. Okay? In fact, the first iMac in 1998, it's the same ad, only it's a flat screen. The same ad in 1998 where they said, or they showed the iMacs in different colors spinning around. Is that the extent that you want to, of people's perception of the future? I'm 30 years old. Uh, and so, in the late 90s, I would think, what will things be like in 2021? 2020, I imagined, as everyone else did, all these truly futuristic devices, which they actually do have now. But the only thing that the public seems to really embrace and completely adopt and push to the exclusion of everything more innovative is the least innovative thing. The iPhone, all about one device, don't you see? How about others, my age, or whatever, the 90s perception of, of 2021. Think, in the 90s, it was a very tech-forward time. Very, very. I've watched old 90s commercials on YouTube, where, and they always, showed the most innovative things. All these companies advertising the most cutting-edge things, and it was not all about one device. From 13 years, 14 years prior to that people were still hung up on and calling innovative. Think of the iPhone SE looking just like the original iPhone, and some ads still saying that, some ads that have actually said that it's exciting or amazing or whatever. That is the same as an ad in like 1999 saying that an 80s brick phone from, like the mid 80s was exciting. So do you kind of see what I'm saying? Will you please say your opinion about what I'm saying? Do you not agree that this is I must say, rather an injustice, and that all I'm saying is they should show more Android phones with small cutouts, or circular cutouts like they have now, which are less expensive than the be-all and end-all iPhone in the commercials. And snap out of this whole iPhone, what you see what I'm saying? Now disregard how I look, how I may sound, and please think about it. And ask these companies or something to just show, at least not completely discriminatorily, only show iPhones and show the new, have an opinion about devices, and show the small notch things. But it's okay, enough said. But really, please think about it. Seriously.